Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name is Tom Novak, and today we're going to go after our Queensland bottle tree. We're going to do a big chop on the top, and then we're going to tackle the roots and see what we got there. Never did a tree like this. I mean, I potted it when I got it, but I didn't know how it's going to look right now. So today is December 12th of 2023. It's Tuesday, it's 35 degrees Fahrenheit or 2 degrees Celsius at 6 p.m. Our Queensland bottle tree grows about 20 feet tall or 6 meters tall. A little play on words there. And it also, the width is almost about that much too. From carbon dating, it shows that when they found the trees to have a lifespan of about 3,000 years. So that's pretty good. You can hand it down from generation to generation to your family and kids. Responds very well to pruning and also to transplanting. It has multiple tap carrot type roots. And folklore has it that if bottle trees, they trap the evil spirits inside the bottle. So it's considered very lucky to plant a bottle tree in front of your house. Well, I mean those that can have it in their neck of the woods. So here's our bottle tree. Right here. It's a Brachychiton, rupestris, something like that. And I got that on of September 12th of 2022, and I repotted it, so you can see how it's pushing itself out of the pot. So I don't know what we're going to have in here, so we're going to take it out right now. But before we do that, we're going to do a big chop. So I'm going to get my ironwood pruners, and we're going to look for the brain. It's got all kind of brains here. All kind of brains up and down the ridge. So let's get in close. So we're going to find the brain, so I can either have it this tall, or this tall. But I think I'm going to go for this right about here and cut it, because you know nothing cuts wood like ironwood, but we're going to cut it at a 45 approximately, just like that. It's nice and green. As you can see it, you can see all the leaves on there. So with the cutting, all I'm going to do is just chop some of these big leaves off. Now, usually, well, when you defoliate trees, if you defoliate them too much, they die off. But right now I'm doing this, and I think I can take another cutting right here, right below the brain over here. I'll cut that flat here. And give it a little. Well, that one I can hit with the lipstick. So I'm going to put them on the side, and I'll do them later. I'll just plant them in some 50-fix mix of perlite and vermiculite. So I'll put them on the side because this, I don't know how long it's going to take these roots out. I got my pot here with screen, and it's got them little crevices in there. Marisol, I forgot the name of what you told me to put in the crevices to fix it. So I just put my stone in there. So let's tackle it. Let's see what we got. Let's take it out of the pot and see what's in there. Okay, Tom, let's put this on the side. Take our chopstick and just move it. Let me get it a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. Because we're going to check out these roots. Now it does have feeder roots, but mainly it's supposed to have those carrot type tap roots. It's supposed to have multiple tap roots. And they say that the natives used to use the tree for water. They go into the bark here and get out the fleshy part and drink the water. And they can also eat it too. That's pretty something, you know, pretty something to learn about. Now you can see my mix here was a 50-50 mix. And you can see these taproots really, oh my goodness, really twirled around like you wouldn't believe. So, in order for me to get this into the pot and get some root flare on it, what I'm going to do is, I got a nice root here. I'm going to let this go out. But right now I'm going to cut this with my needle nose. I'm going to get in there. Just cut that off. Now, Tom, can we grow this into another tree? I don't know. Let's save the roots and we'll try it out. I'll give it a shot. So let's get all this off. My screen is well embedded into here. Man, that's really turned into there. So let's see if I can get it out. I have to cut this taproot, this feeder root a little bit so I can get it out of there. And then, there we go. There. Roly-polies. So I'm going to cut this one right here, because we got to be able to get this into the pot. And then I'm going to repot this and see if I can get this thing to grow. You never know. Now I'm going to let this heal over, this carrot type root, because it'll fit inside my pot. But what I could do is also put some hormone on there so it'll heal over real good. And I think I'll do that because I still got some left from yesterday. Or from Sunday, I mean. And let's get that in there to cover up the wound. There. It'll be interesting to see if this will grow another bottle tree from the root. I don't know. But you can see the little feeder roots on there. So that'd be a good thing to try out. Now this soil looks perfectly good. But I'm just going to give it some fresh soil to give it a good start. And this is some good soil I can use for later. Just sift it out. So now I got my 50-50 mix of my sun-grow black gold cactus mix and my perlite, and I think I got some worm castings in there too. So right now you can see how it looks. Nice, rich, and robust. Let's put it down just like that. And then I can put the tree in like this because it's growing up tall here. So I'm just going to pull it back more. Now I probably can cut this root off a little bit more because it's too far. I won't want to get down there deep enough. So if anybody knows a lot about our tree, let me know. But this is the second repot of it. And I'm just going to throw a little bit more on there. Because that way there it'll help seal it up. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I'm just going to try it up because I haven't had trial and error on bulbous plants. But mainly on ficus, they work pretty good. So I think maybe we can go this way or this way, because these are the feeder roots there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my micos. I'm going to put that on there. And it's going to be something to see if these roots will grow. And I'm going to see if those cuttings will grow too. So this should be a good experiment. I'll let you know. So we're just going to put our beneficial bacteria all over the place there. Let me give it a spritz so it holds in. So I get more on there. Now these are granules, and then the beneficial bacteria is inside the granules. So there we go. And let's put some on the roots over here. Just like that. Seal up our bag because I don't want no moisture getting in here. I don't want this to get contaminated. Push all the air out of the bag, lock it, and rubber band it up. There we go. It pays to get the bigger bag. Now, let's put it in the middle so we can get our soil mixed into it. So I think right about there should do it. Gonna mix all around it to hold it in. And then we're gonna take our chopstick and just fire it in. Fire it in, don't forget you gotta fire it in because there's a lot of cavities in this thing. I don't know if you can, if I make a better door than a window. Let's put my box over, put my soil. So we're just gonna fire it in, fire it in, fire it in. Just like that. You can see all the fine feeder roots coming off the top of the bulb. Well, we're gonna leave that. Maybe it'll have some nice character to it later on. So right now we're just firing it in, fire it in, fire that chopstick into these big roots, into the crevices there. Get your fingers in there, fire it in, fire it in, fire your fingers into the soil. Fire it in, fire it in, just like that, fire it in. There we go, just fire it in. Now this soil is pretty moist, so we're gonna let it sit a couple of days. Now, I got a grow point here and another brain here. So I'm going to take it because I want it to start coming out this way. So I'm going to take that piece off right here. Give it a little 45 so the water runs off if it doesn't seal right. Which it should though with the lipstick. And then we'll see what's going to come out of it. Because they said like within 2 weeks of chopping it back, it's supposed to grow out real good. So we'll see, I don't know. Always good to try. So we got this in pretty good. Now the soil's nice and moist. I'm gonna take this, put this around. Now you saying, Tom, you don't use none of them fancy potting mix. Well, hey, when you're my age, you gotta use what you can afford, and making my own mix is good. Nigel Saunders from the Bonsai Zone makes a good potting mix also. So there we go on that. Now let's see if I got something to spruce it up with. Let's see. Now these grow in the tropics. But for the Christmas spirit, we can always put a Christmas bridge in there. A little bit of frost. Something like that. Or put it in this way. Yeah, but maybe not. It's a little bit too big, too big. So what else can we put there? Let's put in a light pole with a little Christmas wreath on there. And we'll just stick it in over here. And then we'll take some sand and peat mix. And what I'm going to do is just put it around the base of the tree, and then I'll put my stone around it. There we go, just like that. Just get it in. Remember, when you got deep cavities in there, you got to fire that chopstick into those deep cavities to get all those air pockets out, or fire your fingers in there. I mean, that's the best thing to do with this. Okay, so we got that. And you know, just like any other plant, if you overwater these, they'll get root rot. So that's why I'm using a fast draining soil mix. I know it's out of the season to repot this, but what are you going to do? It was really coming out, and this is a good time of the year to get everything repotted that can be repotted. Okay, let's turn it around so you can see what's going on. I'm just going to put it around her like a little island. Nothing fancy. Just a little bit something there. There we go. Just like that. Just like that. There we go. Just like that. There's our bottle tree. I'm going to get some pots and I'm going to see if these things will grow. You never know. And it's got a nice little curve. So maybe it'll have a nice little trunk to it. Who knows? And this one, maybe I can plant it up this way. But the other cuttings, I'm going to put in some 50-50 mix. So let's try that. I'm not going to do it on now because everybody knows how you pot this stuff. But we'll see what happens. So all I'm going to do is give it a little mist just to settle in the top. Just like that. Scott, this is a very good Mr. Scott. Scott from Let's Do Bonsai, Scott Leonard. He is good. Check him and Nigel Saunders out. These guys are great. Now, you can see the top. So I got this lipstick comes as close as I can to match the trunk. I'll have to have my sister look for some nice woody type lipstick. I know women don't like woody type lipsticks, but hey, what are you going to do? Tom, why are you losing lipstick? Because it seals. It's a natural wax. It's a natural wax that women put on their lips. So, if it doesn't hurt them, it ain't going to hurt you. So, I got a little elf here. And a little elf can be over here by the street lights. And there you go. So let's see what's going to happen. We're going to see what's going to happen and see if we get growth from this part of the brain or this part of the brain. I don't know. We're going to see. So I'll let the tap roots that I cut dry a little bit. Let's get this in. And then after a couple of days, I'll give it a good watering and see what happens. So, I'm going to try the cuttings, and I'm going to try to see if the roots will grow. We'll give it a shot. So, do you know what today is? Today is Tuesday, Detective Night. Put on a good Sherlock Holmes old-time radio show or some Basil Rathbone, Nigel Bruce's old-time movies. I mean, even Jeremy Brett played a good Sherlock Holmes. I like the good Christmas one with Watson and Holmes on the old-time radio show. So if you can find that one, that's a good one. That's a real good one. So you take care, everybody. You have a good night. Cup of tea. It's cold out there. Take the chill out of the bones. Take care, everybody.